I'm done making the twins dresses for the funeral. Now let's make mine. So the first thing I did is to fold my fabric into 4 like so. For the neckline, I used 3 inches for the width and 1.5 inches for the depth. I carved it out and then I took my shoulder measurement, which is 8.5 inches. That point where I measured the 8.5 inches, I went down by 1 and then I took my armhole measurement, which is 7, and then I carved. Next is to slant the shoulder and I took the top measurement, which is 20 inches. It's supposed to be 19 inches, but the 1 inch is for folding. I cut this out and remember I folded this fabric into 4, which is we're going to be having both the front and the back. I took out that of the back, and for the front neckline I'm going to be measuring 3 inches for the width of course and 5 inches for the depth, and this is what we have. I kept that aside. Now let's work on the sleeve. For the sleeve length I measured 26 inches. The upper part where I'll be attaching to the armhole I measured out 8 inches. I had to slant this so that it can give me that A-line shape. Cut it out and this is what we have. Now that's it for the sleeve. Time to sew. For the neckline of this dress I used a bias and not a facing. I showed us how to attach a bias in our previous video, so what I am doing here right now is to shape my dress. The bust measurement and waist measurement I made sure to add extra 2 inches so that it wouldn't be tight on me. I joined the shoulder. I folded the lower part of the dress. You know, I added just 1 inch allowance for the folding and I worked with that. The next thing I'm doing now is to work on my armhole. I had to measure out 8 inches and then I trimmed that out. We are measuring this because we have joined the shoulder, shaped our dress. The armhole is now smaller and we just have to I kept that aside. Let's work on the sleeve. For the sleeve I'm going to be shaping that with 1/2 inch and I'm going to fold the lower part of it with just 1/2 inch. I was done with that. Now the upper part of this sleeve where we'll be attaching to the armhole, I had to notch the middle. So the middle where I notched is where I placed on the shoulder part of our top. I don't know if you understand. Fixing the sleeve was just easy peasy, and this is what a crop top is looking like. I was loving the play of this crop top. Besides, there was no time to sew anything fancy for me, so I am going to be showing you what I'll be pairing with this.